Okay, I guess we're starting the video. So, I was speaking with an associate, and one of the issues that they were having was not that they didn't know what to do. It was that they were forgetting to do it, or that they would go to do it and other things would get in the way. Like, okay, I go to meditate and I can't because of too much thinking or not being able to let go of emotions or whatever. So I ran them through some questions and sort of projected some scenarios. And what I realized was that they and so many other people are starting their day not only in the middle of their day, as far as options and choices, the mental paradigm, thinking about when you wake up, you are being reborn in many ways. Your consciousness is being replanted into your body on a flying rock. Excuse me. So when you just wake up, get dressed, start your day, you're going from womb to like 16 years old. And not only that, they were not only starting in the middle of the day, they were starting at the end of their life. Everything that has happened up to this point, all of your experiences, all of your memories, they've led up to here, and this is the end. So when you just wake up and you say, okay, I've done all that, now I'm doing this, you are, what is the word? You are denying yourself parts of your existence and parts of your process. You're withholding parts of the alchemy, essentially. Part of the formula is what I'm trying to say. So when you wake up and you just pick up where you left off every single day, it's sort of like being on a ship and leaving the dock and having a destination but leaving your map at home. What I'm suggesting is to start your day like an infant in many ways, just focusing on your breathing, just focusing on your existence, and coming out from there into your day. Take time to wake up, take time to meditate, take time to breathe, cleanse yourself, all of these things. And you will find that the speed and the pace, your tolerance for time, so to speak, will be much, much different. Not only that, those two things, starting at the beginning of the day, at the beginning of your life, so to speak, those two things mixed with something that I call dopamine delegation, which is sort of misleading, but it kind of gets at the root of it. Now, I'm not a doctor, so this isn't medical advice, but you could consider it friendly advice. When you think about your day and consider that you had something really difficult to do, like maybe you had, what's difficult for you? Think of something that you had. So for me, something difficult would be like running a marathon. If I had a marathon to run at noon, I am not going to start my day by eating chocolate cake, watching cartoons, and doing a bunch of drugs, drinking alcohol and all that stuff. Not only because that's non-conducive to the exercise and the activity, this is where it becomes like a double problem. It also creates an improper perspective for what real life feels like. The amount of dopamine that you get from, say, eating a piece of chocolate cake compared with the amount of effort that it takes. Your scribe is keeping track of these things. Your inner scribe, you're somewhere in your mind. So it says, okay, chocolate cake, that much effort, this much dopamine. Cutting the grass, that much effort, this much dopamine. So what I suggest is, to the second part of this, a two-part thing. One is to consider the hardest thing that you have to do that day and do something about half as hard at some point, maybe halfway point, between now and when that thing is scheduled. And it will be like a step, a stair step toward that thing, both effort-wise, momentum-wise, and dopamine-wise. But also, the other thing that I suggest to try out, maybe not do all the time, but try and see how it works for you, is to wait until after the most difficult thing of the day to do the more fun things. So consider how much dopamine you're going to get from that activity that is the most difficult thing that you have to do that day, and wait to try and get more dopamine from easier sources until after that. Maybe even consider, only getting half as much dopamine as that thing will get you until that point. Anyway, I know this was kind of a lot crammed into one video, but the idea is that this is the end of your life so far. So consider everything that has happened, and don't try to just keep picking up where you left off. And to start your day more similarly to how you started life. In doing these two things, if you also consider the dopamine delegation concept, your life will take on not only a new tone and texture, but your tolerance for time will be completely transformed. You'll have more patience, which means that you will become more consistent. Being more consistent will make you more competent. And being more competent will make you more confident. So this is somewhat of a complex formula, but life is a complex recipe. So best wishes with all of this. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions down below, or feel free to email me as usual. And take care.